You're in a meeting, replying to a text under the table. You're watching a show while answering emails. You feel efficient, like you're squeezing two things into the time of one. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You weren't doing two things. You were doing one thing, then the other, then back. Badly. And paying a tax every single time you switched. We treat multitasking like a skill, something you're good or bad at. But for anything that actually requires thought, nobody is good at it, because the brain physically can't do it. It only feels like you can. Today, why that illusion is so convincing, and what it's quietly costing you. By the end, you'll understand why your brain has exactly one spotlight, why every switch leaves a sticky residue that drags down the next task, and why the busiest you've ever felt might be the least you've ever actually done. Start with what your brain can and can't run at once. You can absolutely walk and chew gum. You can fold laundry while listening to a podcast. That's because those tasks are automatic. They don't need the conscious, effortful part of your mind. But the moment a task needs real thought, writing a sentence, following an argument, doing sums, it needs slow, the deliberate, effortful system. And slow has exactly one spotlight of focused attention. Two thinking tasks can't share it. So when you multitask on two demanding things, you're not splitting the spotlight. You're whipping it back and forth between them several times a second and calling the blur multitasking. And every whip of that spotlight costs you. When you switch tasks, your brain has to put down the rules of the old one and load up the rules of the new one. Reorient, remember where you were, rebuild the context. That takes time and invites errors. Researchers measuring this found that switching between tasks can eat up a serious chunk of your productive time, and that the more complex the tasks, the bigger the toll. There's a sneakier cost too, called attention residue. When you switch away from a task, part of your mind stays stuck on it, still half chewing the last email while you're now in the meeting. So you're never fully on either task. You're running each one with a fraction of yourself, dragging the ghost of the other one behind you. So if multitasking is slower and worse, why does it feel so productive? Because switching is stimulating. Each new task, each new tab, each glance at the phone is a little hit of novelty. A tiny, maybe something interesting pull. Fast loves it. The constant switching keeps you feeling busy, engaged, alert. But that feeling of busyness is exactly the trap. It's the sensation of effort, not the result of it. You can spend an entire afternoon in a frenzy of switching and produce almost nothing, and walk away convinced you worked incredibly hard. The busyness was real. The output wasn't. Here's the shift. Stop trying to get better at multitasking. There's no skill to improve, just a tax to avoid. The goal isn't doing more things at once. It's finishing one thing before you start the next. The lever is protecting the spotlight. Single task in blocks. One task, no switching, until it's done, or you hit a natural stop. Batch the similar little things together so you're not switching contexts constantly. And kill the switch triggers before they fire. The notification that yanks the spotlight away mid-sentence is the enemy, so turn it off. It feels less exciting. That's the point. The excitement was the switching, and the switching was the cost. Boring. Finished work. Beats frantic, half-done work every time. You can't multitask because thinking runs on one spotlight, and every time you split it, you pay a tax and leave a residue. Doing one thing at a time isn't being slow. It's the only way the brain was ever fast. Now, speaking of dropping the thread, here's a smaller, stranger version that happens in seconds. You walk into a room with total purpose, and the instant you arrive, it's gone. Next time, why you forget what you came in for.